In this video, traders, we're going to look at reframing your thoughts for trading success. Hey traders and investors, a very warm welcome to you. If you're a subscriber, welcome back to the channel. If you're not, a warm welcome to you also. Okay, so reframing your trading thoughts for trading success, or reframing your thoughts for trading success. We all know, guys, that psychology, discipline, focus, all those kind of things are absolutely imperative for successful trading. A good system only goes so far. You've got to have the right mindset for it. So one of the tips and tricks that the very, very great traders use, in fact, people who are high level in any endeavor use, is reframing that negative thoughts into positive thoughts for success. Now, before you kind of switch off the click the close button and move on to another video, I'm not talking about, oh, you must just think positively, do this, do that. This is a process that's going to take time. If you're in a situation you're trading now where you're losing money, your performance is not so good, probably a lot of these negative thoughts are you're saying to yourself, or you're asking these questions. So this kind of video is about developing a different way of asking the same question or presenting a thought in a different way in your mind. Now, strategies for how you catch those thoughts and change them into something, we'll have to cover in another video. We'll have to kind of look at that. We'll touch on it briefly, but that's a real kind of deep dive, multi-hour long thing. The point is how we're going to change from the negative self-talk from trading into more positive stuff. Okay, so first thing is, what if I lose? So you're coming in and say, what if I lose? Now, that's a pretty standard question. What if I lose money? I don't want to lose money. I've got my money savings in my trading account. I don't want to lose. And you can see how that cycle then is going to affect how you trade. This is the whole point. We want to change our initial thoughts so that we change the way we trade. You think a big fund manager who is making a lot of money for his investors is thinking, what if I lose? No, he's not. So we're training our brain to think differently. How do I manage my risk? Which means I'm comfortable with the loss. And then how do I win? And that will be things like, then you'll start to dig down into that process of, okay, if I manage my risk, I accept my risk, am I happy with that risk? Yes, okay. So it doesn't matter if I lose now. It does not matter because I'm accepting that level, that monetary value of risk, whether I'm day trading, swing trading, investing, whatever it may be. Then win. What process do I put in place to ensure that I win over time, or I give myself the best possible opportunity to win? So you're framing this kind of negative off the cuff comment of what if I lose to, it doesn't matter if I lose. How do I manage my risk? That doesn't matter now. So how do I then ensure that I got the best possible chance of winning? That's going to be following your process, following your plan, etc. Another common one. What if I have a bad day? For you day traders out there, what if I have a bad day? Going in doubting it's going to be a good day. I don't want a bad day. I don't want a bad day. You're already going down the negative angle. Flip it on its head and say, how to ensure my day is a good one? So that may be out of your control to say I want to have a profitable day by $10,000, whatever it may be, but you can still ensure you have a good day by, again, going back to the point of, if I manage my risk and I don't lose more than X, will I consider it okay day? Yes, I will. What else will be a successful day? If I stick to my trading plan, if I execute the trades I'm supposed to execute, if I do this and do that, just 5 points will do to start off with. And you can say, well, if I just do these things, I've got a good day. And if I do enough of this enough time, money will follow. I can't ensure I'm going to make money on that day. I can't guarantee it, but I know I can guarantee the process. So reframing this, again, off the cuff comment, what if I have a bad day, I don't want a bad day, into, okay, what process do I go to ensure my day is great? And let's say you hit 4 out of 5. Let's say you don't even hit the 5. It's still going to be a good day for you. You're still going to consider it a good day. Okay, what if I break my rules? So very, very common one for you guys, very, very common, myself, I think about this all the time. How do I stick to my rules? I've learned to reframe it, but the whole kind of question of breaking rules, when you ask it to yourself of what if I break my rules? My discipline's poor, I keep breaking my trading rules. Reframing that to, how can I create a system that helps me stick to my rules? You see how we're flipping that on its head? It's reframing the trading thought to give us a better chance of success. This takes no time at all to do, guys. This is like, hey, catch yourself saying it and say, well, actually, how do I create a system that helps me stick to my rules? How do I stick to my rules would be a more simpler thing, but I've gone one step further and said, okay, I can stick to my rules by creating a system that says, okay, I've got a checklist process. I've got this, I've got that. I've got what warning signs for certain emotions. You know, I've done videos on this before, and again, we're not going to deep dive just massively into the kind of operational aspect of this, but just catching that, flipping it is a good start. Okay, next one. I keep losing focus. You know, keep losing concentration, keep losing focus, whatever it may be. Again, same theme, we flip on and said, how do I remain focused? And I've added here with rituals. So you're losing focus. What about some music to trigger that refocus? What about a walk? What about this? What about that? Some ritual that reactivates your focus, your concentration, your kind of real in-depth zooming in all of your ability, best as you can do on that trade, on that market, whatever it may be. So again, how do I remain focused? We've flipped it on its head into a positive, but also I like to add something else with it, like this, with rituals, with a system, so that you can then explore that, because your mind will then you know, flip down its head. But then if you kind of seed it with something else to dig into and think about, like how do I remain focused, with rituals or whatever that may be for you, then your mind automatically goes down that kind of rabbit hole of what are the rituals. Okay, rather than how do I remain focused, you think, you know, I'll do this, do that, do the other. You seed that thought with something that might help you get a solution for it. Another one I've got here, guys, is what if I blow up my account? It's a fear that a lot of traders have got, especially if you don't really feel that you've got your risk managed, you feel like your discipline is poor. You're always saying this. Obviously, my answer to you is going to be sort out your risk management. Your account won't blow up if your risk management is sound and solid, which it should be, but I get it. Lack of discipline is a big reason why many traders do blow up, and it's easy to say, hey, just manage your risk, as it's easy to say if we're overweight and say just lose weight. You know, I get that it's not just as easy as that for a lot of people, for human beings, not just a lot of people as in other people, for humans in general, we're wired differently. So what if I treble it? So why don't you flip it on its head and stop thinking about the loss and say, what if I treble it, triple it, quadruple it, whatever it may be, double it? Thinking about the positive aspect of doing the right thing, and then you can seed that thought with, you know, how, and your how might be, you know, what if I treble it or triple it, I want to say, by sticking to my plan that I know has got a good chance of success. That then reframes it, and you get rid of that. Number one, you get rid of the negativity thought, which we know is not a good thing to be having in trading anyway. You need to be trading, you know, on the offensive rather than defensive most of the time. You need to be pushing forward, trading not to lose, but trading to win. And then start thinking about, okay, what if I try, how do I do that? Okay, how do I do it? Because I do this, do that. So it removes the negativity, flips it to a positive, then starts the process of kind of lighting the fuse to think about other things. And I think that's the key thing. It's not mentioned a lot, actually, interestingly. Now, whether that's just something that I find works for me or perhaps is overlooked in some of the books and kind of articles is, yes, a lot of people say flip it into positivity. But like I say, repeating myself a little bit, but the summary is I like to then seed that thought with something where I can think about how I'm going to achieve that. So the negative thought then is completely long gone, because your brain is thinking about, you know, managing risk with a system, with a ritual. It's going down that, using that kind of initial positive thought rather than benchmark it on that. I hope that makes sense, guys. If it does, give it a thumbs up. Appreciate your support. See you in the next one. Take care. Bye-bye.